don't know, but I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I just know that I'ma get it. I'ma get it.
Hey, and welcome back to the Amp Awards. My name is April Morrison, and my guest today is a great couple. Great couple, guys. They're called Cast a Couple. And this is Michelle, and this is Don. Hey, guys.
Hey, April.
What's going on?
Oh,
What's going on?
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I'm glad to have you. You guys are wonderful. You know, I've been following you guys on the things that you've been doing and everything. And hey, tell my audience about how you. Actually, let me just say this: how did you guys get into acting?
A while back, and I think it was 2016, there was an ad on the neighborhood thing that said they needed somebody for a show. And Don applied because they wanted a man to be on. And he ended up being a board member. What was the name of that show?
It was the American Crime
Yeah.
with Timothy Hutton and Felicia Hoffman.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so it was kind of fun. A little taste of what happens. And
Well, how long have you been doing this?
well, we did that then, and then
Waited a bit.
Then I retired full-time about 5 years ago. Okay. And Michelle is always looking for things to do, so...
About 2.5 years ago, we applied for an extras job.
Okay.
And we got it. And we didn't like it too much because we're in the background blurred. Pretty much, so you never saw us, you never saw what we did.
10-hour days.
You know, and it just wasn't for us.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah.
And then I started joining all of like the Austin actors groups and just various groups throughout Austin that you would get jobs from. And I went on and I would look around and I would find jobs and I would just apply all the time. And we didn't get a lot, but then once in a while it would hit. So it ended up being kind of a numbers game. And we ended up doing a commercial, which was nice for an insurance company, and that we were actually seeing. So that was a good one.
But we still were not cast a couple yet at that point.
Oh, you were doing it individually?
No, we were doing it together, but Cast a Couple wasn't born yet.
Gotcha.
And what happened was Michelle applied as background characters for a film, a feature film, and the producer-writer called us at home and said, we know you applied as background, but we think you'd be perfect for Kitty's parents. And
we were like, we don't really do any acting.
yeah, we've never spoken on camera, we've never acted, and they said, you'll do fine. So we did. We did this feature film as parents of a daughter that we throw out of our house. Just a couple of lines. But so we got home and Michelle said, we should track this stuff separately in our Facebook and Instagram instead of under ourselves. So I was laying in bed one night and I came up with the name Cast a Couple. And then
we started a website.
And started not a website, a Facebook page.
Facebook page and an Instagram page, so we could track everything we did, so we could get more jobs, and we had somewhere to send somebody to look. So we weren't.
So they actually does the casting people actually just because your name out there is Cast a Couple? Do they hire you just like that for just Cast a Couple, or do they look at you individually? How does that?
Well, we apply to things like I was saying on the Austin actors and that kind of stuff, and then from there we direct them to Cast a Couple to show them what we're doing,
I see.
so that they can say, okay, they did this film, they did this, so that we're not green,
And we do prefer to do things as a couple, but there are times when Michelle will get something or I'll get something, but when that happens, we still go together. And then I introduce her as my manager if I'm doing something, and she introduces me as her manager if she's doing something, and we're there to take pictures of each other.
Now, if you do it, let's say Michelle gets something, do you go up under your name even though they know you're Cast a Couple? How do they? I'm just curious. Or they say, well, this is Cast a Couple, but it's Michelle. We don't.
Well, when I apply for it, I will apply under Cast a Couple with our faces both showing, but underneath there are individual pictures of me and individual pictures of Don, and then all of the stuff we did together and some of the stuff that we've done separately. So they would go through all that and decide whether they wanted to hire me or not based on what they saw.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I saw something, and it's one of my favorite clips, really, honestly, that when you guys were helping a student. And that lady, the girl was the waitress thing. That was so hilarious.
That was our biggest role. That took 3 or 4 days of filming. But yeah, we do a lot of student films. Some of them pay, some of them don't. But if it's for the students, we don't care. We just want to help them. And yeah, that was called Peace and Quiet, and that was fun. Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. So how long have you guys been living in Austin?
About 8.5 years now.
9.5.
Is it 9? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Where
It
you guys
goes
come
by
from?
fast. Upstate New York, Brunswick, New York, actually, but near the capital, Albany.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What made you come to Austin?
A job for Don.
We were getting tired of the cold weather because upstate New York, you get all the snow, you get all the cold, and we talked one day, and I said to Michelle, "It's like, you know what? I want another job that I retire from in a warm climate." So New Yorkers, it's just natural that they all move to Florida. So Michelle, while I went to work, Michelle was applying for jobs in Florida. And then I came home from work one day, and she looked at me, and she's like, "Don't think I'm crazy, but I'm applying for jobs in Texas." And I thought, that's not crazy.
In Austin, Texas, which we found out later was the place to be. If you're going to pick, they said pick Austin.
Now, was the tech jobs here
Yes.
when y'all first,
Yeah, I went to work for Ascension Seton Health as a data warehouse architect, and built a little data warehouse for them, and 3 years later retired, and
here we are.
Yes.
and here we are acting. And she's the one that really initiated it all, and
We're having fun with it.
I went along for the ride. And it turns out that I enjoy doing films more, and she enjoys doing print work more. And commercials.
Okay, nice. Now, we was talking off camera about you writing.
Oh
Tell me a
yeah,
little about that.
I'm not a writer by any
I want
means.
to tell the audience about that.
I'm not a writer by any means, but during COVID, when we were home with not much to do, I decided to write a book, a novel. And it's about this crazy guy whose wife cheated on him using a dating site, and he is a pilot, and he decides he's going to get even with all married women who use this dating site to cheat on their husbands, and he becomes a serial killer.
Oh, no.
And I started it back in the beginning of COVID. I kind of pushed it aside for the last year, and within this last few days, I decided to pick it up and start working on it some more and polishing it up.
So it's actually going to be a book, right?
Yeah, and I named it Flying into Darkness because he's a pilot. And he's gone from a nice husband to a serial killer. So I figured he's flying into darkness.
That would make a good film project, too.
I thought so.
For real.
We never think about that, but yeah.
I thought about it.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you guys something. What would somebody that wants to get into the business, whether it be directing or extra, what would you recommend to them?
Join Backstage. Because that would be a good place to start as a beginning, because the jobs there are very basic and they just kind of get your feet wet kind of jobs.
Okay.
And then, of course, go on the Austin Actors or wherever area you live in, and go on all the different sites and put your name in.
Facebook sites.
Facebook sites.
And even Craigslist. And start doing some, there's a lot of students out there trying to make films that don't have money, just volunteer and do work for them, because that gives you experience and practice.
You need that.
Well,
and it gives you a network.
Wow. Well, let me ask you this: how did it affect? We're more mature.
Yeah, I like that.
So, how do you think that affect you getting jobs?
There will be less at our age, for sure, because, now we're looking at a different group. We're looking at grandparents. We're looking at, that kind of thing, or, an older lady or an older man, or you're looking at parents of a 20-year-old. So that's kind of your pigeonhole there.
Oh,
And
because of the
we're
age.
kind of tweeners, too. We're too old to be parents, but we're we've been told we're too young to be grandparents or too young looking, especially Michelle. I mean, Michelle doesn't look like she's in her 60s, but she is. And a lot of times we'll show up and they're like, "Oh, you're not as old as we thought you were." And it's like, "Yeah, we're in our 60s. Do some makeup
They
on
want
us."
some-
They want somebody really, really old. That's
Yeah.
what it
Well,
is,
yeah,
maybe.
it kind of puts you in a
Well,
catch-22 because you're not young enough, but you're really not old enough. But I've been pushing for jobs for the older side,
Okay,
and I've been
okay.
getting them because I put the correct makeup on and the hair pulled
Well, I
back,
think
and
there's a
you get them.
stereotype about grandmothers too: short, stocky, white hair, short white hair. That's kind of a stereotype you typically would see in old movies or TV
Yeah,
shows. So
that's
I think
true.
sometimes that's what they look for. And then walks my gorgeous wife Michelle,
Yeah, she
and they're
is
like,
gorgeous.
yeah.
Yes, she is.
But she did. We did do a short film. It's out being peddled right now, where she actually played an old lady wearing a muumuu, using a cane, and she pulled it off, and she looked fabulous in it. She looked like an old lady the way she hunched her shoulder. I mean, she just got into the character and
Oh,
looked old.
man.
I've been getting the parts
Yeah,
for the old
yeah.
lady.
What do you do to prepare for a part?
Watch
What's your
my
se- what's your
dad.
secret?
Watch my dad, because my dad is elderly, right?
Okay,
so I watch
okay.
him with the walker, and then I watch him with the cane, and
Okay.
it gives me an idea of how I should walk slow or whatever. Or I'll just be out, and I go out socially. I'll watch people walk around the mall, and I
Yeah.
just kind of mimic what they do or
Yeah.
watch a tape.
And then if it's a
about
film where
you,
we
Ben?
have,
What do you-
well,
what
if
about
it's
you?
a film where we have lines, we'll read the lines together, do the characters
nice.
together. And if it's a film only she's in or only I'm in, we'll still read the lines together and play the character that we're opposing in the
nice,
film.
nice.
We'll do that. But yeah, that's
Well, I'm
really
very proud
it.
of you guys. I actually met Michelle and them when I was looking for, what was I looking for?
A house.
A house
You were
location
looking
or
for a
something.
A
yeah.
pool.
A pool, yeah.
yeah, that
we didn't
was.
get to that point, but anyway, we still got work together a little bit there, and so anyway, I admire this couple very much, and I
Thank
follow.
you.
I
Appreciate
follow them,
that.
you guys. You should follow them too. Cast a couple, okay?
Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook, yeah. Oh yeah. Facebook. You're on what? Facebook and what else?
Instagram. Yep, as Cast a Couple.
Cast a couple.
Yep.
You heard that, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now,
You'll see the logo, 2 hearts.
cool. Love it. Love it. Now, I got something special for these guys.
That's nice.
Amp Awards. Superstars. Okay. I want to present this to you guys
Oh, that's nice.
to show you my appreciation, and
Wow.
I admire and
Yeah.
I honor what you guys do, you know?
Wow.
So, anyway,
Adorable.
see that, guys?
Yay! Oh, that's
So,
nice.
But
We love it. Thank
anyway,
you.
We've. Is there anything that you would like to say to our audience about this world of acting, other than what we've already covered?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Don't hesitate. Just
do
go
it.
out there and put in, keep going and keep going. You're
Yeah.
going to get a lot of rejections. Expect it. Lots of rejections. But you're going to hit sometimes
And,
too.
and we're not highly talented, but we're having fun, and that's the important thing about the
think
whole
that
thing
shows,
is
too,
you have
when-
you have to have fun, and we do have fun, and some of the directors know that we're not top-notch actors, but because we are having fun together, they enjoy that.
And that's all that really matters, right?
Yeah,
And when it's all said and done,
everything's got to be
yeah,
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, we just gotta enjoy ourselves, even at our ages. Just enjoy life.
For sure.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Hey, you know what? Let me ask you guys something. What projects have you been working on?
Well, we did a lot of student films. I know they need help and they won't pay, but they will give you exposure so that you can have the opportunity to go a little higher. So once you've done a few student films, then you can start doing some indie films, which is kind of like the next level.
Okay.
And then once you start doing those, you'll get probably more bit parts. You'll get bigger parts in the student films, obviously, but in the indie films, you'll get smaller parts. But it'll be a start. You'll get a few lines or whatever. And then from there, you can probably hit a feature film, which will give you a
Okay.
few more lines, and it'll be a bigger film. Where a lot of the indie films are shorter films. They're maybe 15 minutes or whatever.
Okay.
And so it's a progression. You don't start
Okay.
at the top. You start at the bottom, which is pretty much the student films. Work into some indie films, and then work into some feature films.
And we have completed a couple of feature films, but unfortunately, it's only been a couple of years. So one is in post-production. One we actually attended a premiere for, and now the producers are peddling it to try to sell it probably to an Amazon or Netflix or wherever they can actually sell the film. All independent. We did a docu-series not too long ago, but that's still in production. We can't really mention what it was or what we did in it. And then, yeah, some short films that, a lot of the short films we did, I find, and they're all independent, is they'll, these writers and producers will create a short film and put it out to festivals, film festivals, and try to get some buzz on it. And if they get the buzz, try to get funding to actually turn the short films into feature films. And when they do that...
A woman on a motorcycle.
What?
She hit me. I flew up into the clouds. I flew up.
Gran, look at me. What does she look like? Did you see her face?
I was too high in the clouds.
Let's go outside. You think we should let the waitress know we're out here?
Definitely.
Oh, here she comes.
Here are those sandwiches you ordered.
Excuse me, we haven't ordered yet.
Oh, the babysitter just sent me these. We could always go back home to the baby.
I don't think I'll let that happen. Films. And when they do that, we hope that the character we've played will, you know, we can do them again, or another character in the same film because we've already worked with them. So.
Well, just like I guess I might as well bring in the fact that you guys worked on the project that I was dealing with,
Right.
Yes.
and somebody else is taking over that project, but they are still working on completion. So you'll be able to get that once they get. that
And
done.
actually, they contacted us, and
Okay.
we're going to do another scene for that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
For that director to wrap up the storyline. But yeah,
Okay.
again, we worked. That's how we met, right?
That's how we met. We worked together.
Connections,
yeah.
and we
Yeah,
worked
very
together. Independent film, you know. You didn't have a lot of money to pay.
Yep.
They don't have a lot of money to pay. We're
Yeah.
not doing this for the money or to get rich. We're doing this
Yeah.
really to help people. We
Yeah.
enjoy it. We enjoy it,
Yeah,
and it's fun.
Yeah,
It's fun.
That's really nice. I appreciate you guys coming on my set. I really do. We had fun. It
Yeah,
was,
Yeah.
for
that was
sure.
that was a excellent scene.
Oh, we had fun
was a
doing
great
that.
was a very
scene.
Yeah,
nice-
that was a great
and we
scene.
ad-libbed a lot of it, which made it
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
But yeah, we're still. We can't wait till some of this stuff we've
Come
done over the
out,
last couple of
yeah.
years come out. We're looking forward to
Takes a
seeing
while.
us on a TV screen at home, or going
yeah.
out to a movie theater and seeing us on a big
There
screen.
was one that you had like a cowboy hat on.
Oh, that was the
was
8
that?
bucks.
That was that $8. That was the
Oh,
first
okay.
film that got
Okay.
us started.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
our first feature.
I like
So,
that one. That
so
was
the
good.
the story behind that was I threw out my daughter when she was 16 years old because she tells me she's a lesbian, and I'm completely against it. So I go nuts and I throw her out, throw the pride flag at her, and she becomes homeless. And then 3 years later, in that scene where you see me with the cowboy hat,
Yeah.
we're at a restaurant and we see her working as a waitress in it, and we have an emotional.
Seen her for 3 years.
And we haven't seen her for 3
Oh,
years.
wow.
When we were looking for her, and we have an emotional reunion, and that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. And again, the director said, "You haven't seen her in 3 years. You want to apologize to her. You realized you were wrong. Just say what you feel."
Yeah.
And that's what I did. It was fun.
Wow. Has directors ever said that have anybody ever when they couldn't finish a project, do they let you know ahead of time that they may not be able to
We
complete
finished
it
them
or
all so far.
A lot of them,
okay.
yeah.
The part that you had.
Completed.
Oh,
Everything
part-
we've done so far has been finished.
Well, no.
Except for the one.
Give Me Back My Bicycle is still in production. He's still
Well,
working
right.
on that.
Ace
Divided We
Entertainment.
Stand.
He's
They're
finishing
still.
it.
Yeah,
He's
he is
finishing
finishing it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't think there has been anything that's been
not been.
uncompleted. That's
Okay.
not being completed. It's just it's not completed yet, where we can get or see the final product.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, how's your family feel about the
They think we're nuts.
Yeah.
My kids think I'm crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
We're
What they?
crazy. My son says, "What are you, an actor now?"
And we say no. We're just
That's
just
like my
having
kids
fun.
always say, "Mom out here trying to be Steven Spielberg."
Hey, it's it's the next chapter for us.
Yeah,
You retire
yeah.
and then you try something
Yep.
new.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, do they ever think about acting? Any of the family? you know?
Well, the youngest one was kind of
Oh,
into
really?
beauty
Okay.
pageants and that kind of stuff. She
Yeah.
did a lot of that kind
Yeah,
of.
I
Miss
remember
New York,
Sean.
Miss Teen New York,
Oh,
Miss
nice.
Massachusetts. Yeah, yeah. Now she's got our first granddaughter,
Sean.
so that's all by the
congrats.
wayside, and now she's a mom.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, I'm thinking back on something you said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You do print.
I just started doing print.
Okay.
And
How's that going? How's that working?
I love it.
Really?
It's very easy and it's very lucrative. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to make money,
Oh.
that's a big money maker. the
Yeah,
prints.
we've both been doing print
Yeah.
work. She gets a lot more because they usually want women, but we've
Explain
done
to me exactly what that
It's-
does. I mean, is it modeling?
It's a model.
Oh,
yeah,
it would be a
modeling,
model.
model, print model for an ad, advertisement.
Yeah, like
you know.
advertisement.
Yeah.
Company or
And then we've done a couple live commercials. We did one for Waste Connections, and we did a live one. And actually, and my photo is on the front of their website, which is kind of
Nice.
cool. It was a print work and video work. And then we did something for Capital One where we did print work
that's
in
big.
print
big.
work
So
in
we're gonna be on
a
billboards
dealership.
In the dealership.
Now, when you do print work, do you audition like you do for the others?
No, print work's great because it's all off a photo.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you look like?
Yeah.
They're buying the picture.
Yeah, and as long as you have the look they want,
No
they'll hire
addition.
you.
They don't. They
look.
don't say what's your height and all.
Well,
that?
yeah,
they
yeah,
ask
yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah,
yeah.
You,
Okay.
you
Okay.
submit that when you submit the photo.
Yeah.
You know, you submit your height
Oh,
and
I
your weight.
need to start taking me some photos.
Yeah.
I think I need to start taking some photos.
Because you don't have to do an audition like you would in a commercial or for the acting.
And then we've done some
Nice, I like
some
that.
live web commercials too, and as couples and a couple of music videos we've done too, which
that
were
was
a lot of fun. But
How
we
was that?
we that was a blast.
Those were a lot of fun.
But yeah, the one web commercial we did was for a housing or apartment complex, and we were expected to be there 4 hours. And after about an hour, the director's like, "We're done. We can't create
He
chemistry
bought
like
He
that."
bought our chemistry.
Oh.
Yeah,
He
he's
said,
like,
I usually have to take two actors and make them work together as a
Yeah.
team. You're already a team.
Yeah.
I
so
skip
that does
step.
help us to do
Oh
things like
my
that as a
God,
couple because the
that's
chemistry's already
nice.
there.
Yeah, they buy the chemistry.
Yeah.
Right, pretty much.
Yeah.
I could. You know what? I could see you guys on a soap opera.
A lot of work.
Yeah, that's what they say. They
All the
say-
other stuff will happen no matter
Yeah,
what.
yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Well, I just want to let's give the audience another. If they want to contact, maybe somebody might want to book you guys. Tell them one more time where you can be reached at. You know,
Or
your
email?
contact.
Yeah, well, you can reach us at castacouple@gmail.com if you want to book us for anything, or if you just want to follow us, we're Cast a Couple on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
And you'll see two hearts, a blue and a pink.
Two hearts, a blue and a pink. You guys got that right? Okay. Well, thank you for
thank
being
you.
on the show.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, this was
You know,
fun.
yeah, we're gonna do this again, I'm sure. So, but anyway, well, folks, that's gonna be it. Until next time, the Amp Awards. Peace.
I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I just know that I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma